Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Haven't seen this background in a long time. We are in the car, so for confessions and conversations. So I hope you're having the most amazing day. I hope the day has started off really great for you. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Let me move you guys kind of right here. Let's see if that's any better. There we go. And if you share it, please let me know so I can properly tell you thank you. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today because you did not have to. You could have been doing anything else. So today, one of the things I want to share, one of the things I need to talk about, because yesterday we talked about what happens when it gets really lonely and you are moving from one spot to another, meaning you're growing and you're transitioning from one thing to another. Okay, that's a lonely place to be, number one. Number two, nobody's going to understand because it's your journey. Number three, you'll get angry and frustrated because they don't understand, and then you will spend your time trying to make them understand when it is not their job to understand, okay? That's not their job. It's not yours to make them either. Your job is to stay focused. Sir, it's where you going, okay? It's like y'all got to pay attention. You just sitting there. You got to be gangster in these streets, okay? And so I don't want you to get caught up trying to convince other people that they should be on a healing journey too because it's good for them. That's not your business. Your business is to stay focused on what you're doing for yourself. And it is okay in this moment to be selfish and to take care of yourself. That's the key. That's the most important part. Now, when it gets lonely and you don't understand and you don't have a group of people around you, that's when you really got to be intentional about, who you talk to, who you reach out to. One of the things that you really have to do, and this is really, all of this is mindset work, is you have to make it so in here, okay? Y'all, the quote I put up yesterday, the mind doesn't care what's going on. It cares about what's repeated. So if I repeatedly tell myself I'm broke, I don't have, this is bad, this is disgusting, my mind is going to repeatedly pay attention to that. So your mind does not know the difference between yesterday, today, and tomorrow, except what you tell it. So I've got to tell it something different. So be intentional about what you're telling it. Good morning, Miss Lowe. So part of this, and the key word is that I'm the only Live Past Crazy specialist, okay? Part of this is you got to be a little crazy with your thought process. Go with me now. Meaning you have got to believe so crazy and so intentional that your life is changing that people think you crazy. You got to be delusional, delulu about this part, okay? You got to be so delusional in a good way and knowing without a shadow of a doubt, nobody can convince you otherwise that your life is changing. That's the work you have to do up here. How did I do that work? Because listen, y'all know I came from an abusive marriage. Honey, I was beat every damn day, okay? We had black eyes, busted lips, and we pushed out of moving cars, almost killed 3 times. We've done all the things. And to go from that and being depressed and postpartum and committing suicide, trying to commit suicide, all of that, in here, I had to do the mental work to get past how you think and feel about yourself in that moment. Because your past will try to keep you there because it's familiar. And your past will try to tell you, girl, you're no good at this. You're not going to be good at anything. You're not good at nothing. It's always going to be bad. And you have got to be so delusional and so crazy in your thought process that you turn your back on everything that you know to be true about your life to focus on what you want to be true about your life. I had to do a lot of mental work in here. So what does that look like? It looks like every day when I wanted to repeat the abuser's words. JoJo, you fat, you ugly, you ain't never gonna be nothing. Ain't nobody gonna ever love you. Your mama don't want you, your kids back. I had to stop the words in my mind and be like, oh, I forgot I'm not fat, I'm not ugly, I'm not any of those things. And I had to replace those words. JoJo, you're beautiful, you're brilliant, you're smart, everybody loves you. I had to intentionally, when that thought came, slap the shit out of it and tell it to go sit down and replace it with another thought. The second thing I had to do is I had to stand in the mirror and say those words to myself. JoJo, you're smart, you're beautiful, you can do anything. In the beginning, I could not look at myself in the mirror because it's awkward, it's strange, it's uncomfortable. But I was so determined, I was so intentional about, I was not going to let the past define me. It wasn't going to define my present nor my future. And I decided to live with my future self. So every morning I woke up and I was my future self. Okay? There was no separation of me. And it looks like saying those things every morning. It looks like being intentional with that thought process when the thought comes up. But JoJo, this shit ain't gonna work. I done read it, I done heard it, JoJo, it ain't gonna work. And you got to become delusional and crazy to the point where nothing else matters except what you think here. Okay? You have to believe that without a shadow of a doubt. If you are having trouble believing that, you borrow somebody else's words until such time you feel comfortable enough with those words yourself. Okay, good morning, Q. I was thinking about you yesterday. I'm calling you today. I hope you're doing well. And you have to know with your knower that this is true for you. If you insist to continue to believe that your past is true, and it may be true to a certain extent, but at what point do we draw the line in the sand? Remember we talked about it's been 2 years ago, we did a whole series on healing markers. I'm a firm believer, once I decide that I'm not going to be subjugated to this trauma, this hurt, a healing marker is marked inside of my DNA in my body. And my healing marker, and remember we talked about the cycles of the healing marker, that healing marker says, okay, we cut all of this off, and from this point on, we're moving forward, and it is different. And it does not allow you to go back because your DNA has physically changed. If you don't believe that, friend, what you will do is go back to what you've always known, what is comfortable. There will always be struggle. There will always be strife. Nothing will ever work out, and it will always be somebody else's fault other than your own. So you got to put the healing marker. But the caveat to all of that is, if you are a generational curse breaker, and I think it's a generational thought process, not curses, because you were given a belief system, which is simply a series of thoughts that you keep having over and over and over again. So now you're rebuilding your belief system, so you keep saying what you believe over and over and over again. Oh, I'm abundant, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise. Whatever your mantra is for yourself, you're building a new belief system as you say that. You cannot go back to the people who you're breaking the generational thought process from to look for acceptance and for a good job, JoJo. I can't go back to them and be like, look, I've healed from all of this trauma. I don't have any of these thoughts. I'm not doing this anymore. Look, are you proud of me? They're never going to be, okay? That's not their job. That's not their journey. And if you go back there seeking approval from those you're trying to break the curse from, you will stay. You will stay, and then you'll be angry, hurtful, resentment. You have got to heal and move forward yourself. And as you do that, you leave a pathway for others to join you. So when they come and say, JoJo, okay, I've seen you've been on this journey. Show me how. I can now do it without hurt, resentment, anger, frustration. I'm like, oh, okay. This is the journey. This is the way forward. You can't try to bring them while you're healing yourself, friend. You'll kill everybody, okay? Everybody will fall down, and you won't understand why. And you'll be like, I'm trying to save my family. I'm doing this for my family. In this moment, you have got to pour. You got to give it from the overflow. You got to take time to fill the cup first. Whatever's left over is what you're meant to give from. You're never meant to give from the cup. You're meant to give from what's left over from the cup, which what's left on the saucer. That's the good stuff. If you're a kid growing up in the country, what's left in the saucer is the good stuff, because your grandpa has already sweetened it with the cream and the sugar, and you sipping it. If you got a good biscuit, you got biscuit and coffee, and you enjoy what's already been seasoned and worked out, so you don't have to do all of that hard work. And that, my friend, is how you help your family. That's how you help them. You let them drink from your salsa cup, because you've done all the hard work, and now it's easy for them. You can't do it while you're trying to fill the cup. You will be exhausted. You will be angry. You will be frustrated, and you will have resentment. You will be like, Mama, I'm trying to save you. Your mama don't want to be saved, friend, okay? And you can't go to her to seek approval, because she's working it out for herself. So it's not selfish. It's not you being better than anybody else. It is you understanding you're on a different journey than everybody else. It will at times be lonely. Yes, because you'll want to have a different conversation than what everybody else is having. It is easy to stand in a crowd. It is hard to stand up and raise your hand and say, I don't want to do this anymore. And nobody can help you until we see the hand go up in the air. I can't help you as the Only Live Past Crazy specialist. I can't help you as Sister Rise Retreat. I can't help you if you're in the crowd of all the chaos. I need people to stand up and say, hey, I'm ready to stop living in the chaos. Only then will the next step and the next right person come to give you the information to the answer that you're seeking. Sometimes you can find it inside yourself. Sometimes you need a wise woman to step beside you. And if you don't honor the wise woman beside you, in front of you, behind you, and the wise woman inside of you who says, this ain't working, I don't know what to do, but this here ain't working, friend, you got to raise your hand so somebody can see you and be like, that sister is ready. Until such time, I don't know you're ready. I don't know. I don't even know you're there, because I'm focused on the ones who have raised their hand and who are ready to do the work, and who are okay that on the journey you're going to be lonely, and it's going to get frustrating. And it's in those times that you have got to be delusional with your thinking, that you know that you're not going back, that you are the generational curse breaker, and come hell or high water, you're not going back to that. My friend, I promise you, I can guarantee your support system will show up. But you cannot go back to those who have hurt and tried to kill you to get support and to get approval and to get love. They are incapable of doing it. It doesn't make them any worse. It doesn't make you any better. It simply means that this is a service that they cannot provide for you. And you got to be okay with that. Okay? And how do you get to be okay with that? By raising your hand to say, I want something different. I don't know who need to hear this today. Maybe I did. Maybe it's for somebody. Okay? But we can't go back to the people who hurt us systematically, racially, in our families, friends, relationship. We can't go back to them people and expect them to give us the resolve and the reward that we want because we've done the work. They are incapable. The world is incapable of giving that to you. Okay? They're not capable. That is why you raise your hand, so your tribe of people can show up for you and be like, girl, I got you. That's why you can come to Sister Rise Retreat. It's in October. You're free to come. You can come to Sister Rise Retreat, and you're going to have a different conversation. Your words sound different and sound crazy to other people because they're not in your atmosphere of growth, and you will sound crazy. You will sound like you're insane, and it's okay. You've got to be okay with this part, friend. I'm telling you, because my friends have told me for years, Doja, you crazy. I don't understand, and I had to be okay with that. This journey was personal. It's for me, and if I'm doing the work of putting the healing markers in my body, then it's not for anybody else to understand other than me. And the most amazing thing happened. The most amazing thing happened when I decided this is a healing marker. This is how I'm moving forward. This is what I'm doing. Amazing people showed up. No, you can't go back. Listen, you got to stand in that mirror and say, JoJo, you got this. Listen, the depression, the suicide attempts, honey, the abuse, the mental things I had to overcome. I understand the dark place. That's why I can tell you what it's like to stand in the light and look back at the dark and be thankful that you came out of that. And in that process, you got to be delusional here to know that there is more for you. Your friends and family will never understand. They don't know that more is available to them. You have been exposed to the more. Sometimes, friend, it is you that has to do the living to allow other people to know that there's a life to be lived. I like that. You, friend, have got to do the living so other people know that there's a life to be lived. Some people are waiting on death to be free. They waiting on death to be free from hurt, anger, frustration, financial insecurity. They're waiting on death to be free from all of those shackles, and they don't know that life is available. And it is your journey to let them know life is available to be lived. A to the men. A to the men. If you don't go live your life, they will die never knowing. And that is the calling on your life. That's the calling on my life. This makes me want to cry because this is the answer that I needed. And listen, this is how you talk to yourself, and this is how you work out your soul salvation. Listen, live your life, friend. Go and be free to go and do. Somebody is watching and they desperately need you to live your life so that they know that the possibility is there for them to live theirs. And please do not insert your age, where you come from, who your mama and them is. None of that matters. You got to do the mental work. You got to know that you know that you know that you know. And you can't let nobody shake that shit. And the minute listen, people will test you. I've been tested a gazillion times. JoJo, girl, you can't do that. I can't listen to that. I have to say, you know what? We had a healing marker 20 years ago that said, we don't believe when people say you're fat, you're ugly, you're never going to be nothing, you're stupid. And when I met the stupid man, I had 2 degrees and still believed I was stupid. And we went on and had PhDs and masters, and you got to know that you know, and you got to remind yourself you've done a healing marker. You got to remind yourself the healing marker is there, and I am free to keep going. Okay? I'm free. I'm free to live my life. So, on this great, most amazing day, I think this show was just for me. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me as I talk to myself, because that's how you do it. Every morning, I had to get up and talk in that mirror and say, JoJo, you can do this. You got it, friend. You can do whatever you set your mind to. And when I started to do that, people started to show up along the way that agreed with me and that gave me the next steps of my journey. And when you're ready, okay, and you're like, well, JoJo, I'm ready for the next step. It's going to come with an investment. It's going to come with an investment of your time, your emotions, your mental. And you cannot say, I don't have the time for it. You got to look at the outcome of the investment, not the cost of the investment. Yeah, you got to get up at 5 o'clock and pray and meditate if that's what you feel. The investment is worth the outcome. If the investment outweighs the outcome, you will never invest and it will never happen for you. We will have the same conversation next year. And that is how you predict your future. If today you can say, Sister Roz is not an investment I'm willing to make right now, you're predicting your future, and I can guarantee without a shadow of a doubt you will be in the same place next year. We will have the same conversation. You will date the same man. You will marry the same man. You'll have the same problem at work. Come on, Q. A to the men. Have to live your life. So on this great day, as you are thinking about the thing, look at the outcome that you want, not the investment that you're putting in. And if you don't think you're worthy enough for the investment, for the outcome, I need you to go back to 2 weeks ago, and we talked about writing out that goal card. I don't need you to do a vision board. You can't vision the day, let alone a whole effing year. Don't get caught up with doing a vision board for the year. Oh, this is what I want to do for the year. Honey, make you a vision board for the day, this second, the next minute. That's what I had to do. When I didn't want to get up, take a bath, wash my face, brush my teeth, I didn't want to come out that room. The baby crying, I'm crying when I was in that dark space because somebody put me there. Okay? I couldn't do a vision board. I had to do a second board. What am I going to do in this second? Jojo, you brush your teeth. I'm proud of you. And I celebrated each step of the way. Jojo, you took a bath today. Good job. I'm proud of you. Jojo, you brushed your teeth today. Listen, honey, that was 20 years of hard work from day one. Intentional. So go back to the gold card. You're going to keep it in your wallet every day. It's a reminder. Do a day card. What do you need to accomplish today? If today I just need to think positive, don't find a new job. You think that. Your kids are going to see you living your life so they know they're free to live theirs. Because right now they have the trials and tribulations of school, your trauma, your mama trauma, your grandma trauma. And if they surrounded in that, honey friend, they need help breaking that. It is my firm belief. This is JoJo's personal belief and mantra. That how I change the world one person at a time. If I tell you, and as women, we are the gatekeepers of every community, family, and world. Whether you believe that or not, friend, it is true. We the only ones that can make, I can make a whole human. How dare you tell me what I can and cannot do? If I can tell one woman, just one, something that's going to help her change her mind so she can think differently for 1 second, she will go back and she will tell her family. Her kids will listen. And then her kids will go out and tell the community. The community will listen and they will watch. Then they will go and tell the rest of the neighborhood. And then we will change families. We will change communities. We will change the county. We will change the state, and we will change the world. One person. But you got to raise your hand to say, hey, I'm ready. And let somebody give you some wise words, or listen to the wise words inside of yourself that have been screaming at you for so long, but you've been listening to other people's words so you can't hear them. We can change the world one person and one woman at a time. If you think about it, everything in your life has been done because of a woman has told you so. You fold your towels like your mama because she told you to. That was your belief system. You eat what you eat because that's how your mama made it, and it became your belief system. So today I want to empower you to know that as a woman and creator of all mankind, honey, believe that you can do the thing. Go live your life so others know that they're free to live. And I want you to do it with a smile on your face, okay? And know that the people who need to support you are going to show up for you. They just need to know that you're ready. Because if I tell you, like today, you couldn't have watched yesterday's show and you can't watch tomorrow's show. You had to watch it right now, in this instant, at this second, at 8:35 in the morning. And I'm normally on at 7:30. So I had to be late, get stuck in traffic to do the morning show so you could hear it today. And when you're ready, you hear the words that you need to hear to begin your journey. So on this great, most amazing day, put your red lipstick on, friend. Put your red lipstick on. Do your hair. Put on the perfume. Wear the earrings. Put on the outfit. Chest up, chin out, shoulders back. Y'all know the routine. That's how we do it. We're going to make it happen. You create whole humans. Don't let some middle-aged person tell you what you can and cannot do. Honey, you're a creator of the universe. You are a creator all by yourself. And I need you to tap into that energy and that power. And if any moment you forget that, okay, put it on a sticky note. Say, I am the shit. I am the creator of this here universe. I create whole humans. How dare you tell me that as I grow a human, I can't do something? And you make miracles happen every day. Somehow you find a way to feed them kids. Somehow you find a way to make that business work. Somehow you find a way to find the words to teach somebody. Somehow, some way you find a way. And yet you're going to tell me you can't make a miracle happen for yourself. Child. I felt that in my spirit today. And I'm still feeling kind of high, but I'm going to let y'all go so I can go to work. So on this great, most amazing day, I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that, okay? Nothing after that. Go and be powerful. Stand in it. Flat-footed. Chest out, chin up, shoulders back. Say it with your chest. Okay? You are whatever it is you choose to be. Okay? Go live your life. Go show your family that life is worth living and you do not have to wait on death to be free. Do what you have to do. You know what to do. Raise your hand so somebody knows that you're ready for the next steps. So on this great day, please make sure you share the show. Don't forget we have the books. We're 8 books strong. I'm working on book number 9. Don't forget we have the podcast. I'm everywhere podcasts are found, from Alexa to Amazon to YouTube podcasts, at Apple, wherever podcasts are, Spotify. I am there. The Live Past Crazy Show. Catch up to all the seasons and then come back here. Don't forget we have the movies. If you never watched a movie, you can grab the movie. Sometimes it shows on TV. Okay? But please make sure you share the show. And I greatly appreciate you sharing it, because you didn't have to. You could have been anywhere else today. But I appreciate you on this most day. So if you have a great day, and I will see you guys here, I promise, bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one. A to the men Q. We do not have to wait on death to be free, because we are free indeed. Here, the Bible says every day you got to renew your mind. That means you got to give yourself freedom of that every single day. And today, I choose to be free of that. So, I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good day.